Hey everyone, this is a brief tutorial on how to complete the 6.6 extra practice. Let me see if I could stretch this a little for you guys, make it a little bigger. There we go. Alright, so remember, just like the past few lessons, we're going to graph these inequalities, we're going to shade either above or below, and we're going to find that solution set. So I'm going to do one in red, do one in blue. Remember, we always have those m and b values, our slope, and our y-intercept, which tell us where to start and what the rise over the run is for the given inequality. So for our red inequality, y is greater than 1/5 x plus 2, I'm going to start at positive 2. My slope tells me to go up 1, to the right 5. Okay, and then when you can't go up and to the right anymore, you go down and to the left. Oops, excuse me, down to the left. Okay, we have the greater than symbol, which this time means a dashed line, greater than. Make that a little thinner in the future here, but works for now. Okay, so we should have our distinct points. And there's our first inequality. Y is greater than 1/5 x plus 2. We'll worry about the shading after. Y is less than 2x minus 7 for our blue inequality. Well, our m value is 2 over 1. Our b value is negative 7, so we're going to start at negative 7. Our slope tells me to go up 2 and to the right 1. Okay. Again, the less than symbol, well, that means it's going to be a dashed line again. Okay. Now all we have to worry about is the shading. So greater than the red inequality means above, greater than. But less than 2x minus 7, or our blue inequality, means below. So it's below this blue line. And again, as we should have learned from the last several lessons and videos that I've created, that solution set is in that green shaded area where the yellow and the blue shading overlap each other. So just mark that with a big S for solutions, and you are done with number 1. Now, I'm not going to show you each of these examples because I've done many in the past few lessons, but what I am going to show you is one of the more difficult ones. The front 4 on the first page, or the front of your worksheet, should be relatively easy, like number 1. The back 4, a little more challenging. Those inequalities need to be rewritten. Okay. The reason I'm showing you number 6 is because we don't see a lot of these. X is less than 7. Now, on the worksheet or the work packet yesterday, we saw y is less than 2, y is greater than negative 3, with no x value. This time, I see an x value with no y value. That means instead of our line running horizontally, it's going to run vertically or up and down. So if x is less than 7, remember your x-axis is this line here. Well, 7 on that line is to the right. And like we said, that line is going to run vertical, up and down. So it's going to go straight up straight down. All right. So the less than symbol means that this line style is going to be dashed, right? I'm going to try and make these smaller so you can see it. There we go. Dashed line. Now, first inequality is complete with the exception of the shading. Your second inequality is not, the y is not isolated, so we need to rewrite this. So I'm going to write the original. X minus 7y is less than or equal to 56. I need to isolate this y value. So I'm going to subtract x on both sides. My x's cancel. Negative 7y is less than or equal to negative x plus, what do we got? 56. We need to divide everything by negative 7. Alarms, bells, whistles should be going off because we divided by a negative number, which means we flip that inequality symbol over. My 7's cancel, and the y is now isolated. So y is greater than or equal to a negative 1 over a negative 7 turns positive. So 1 over 7x. And 56 divided by negative 7 is a negative 8. Here's your m. Here's your b. Our y-intercept is at negative 8. Now my slope tells me to go up 1 and to the right 7, which is exactly what we're going to do. So go up 1 over 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right here. When you run out of room, you're allowed to go down 1, left 7. Down 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 3 distinct points. Greater than or equal to means a solid line. There's your solid line. And all we have to worry about is shading. If x is less than 7 for my red inequality, x is less than 7, that means all of the numbers smaller than 7 on the x-axis are included, which would be 6, 4, 2, 0, and so on. Which means you have to shade this entire region. Excuse my dog there. He knows every time I'm making videos, and he just wants to be a part of them. So here's your entire shaded region. Now for the blue inequality, we have greater than or equal to, which means above our blue line. So we're going to shade above. This is going to be one of the larger solution sets that we've seen in all of the questions we've completed so far in this unit. Okay, and there you go. So our solution set is this giant green section. Remember, put a big S in there for solutions, and that one is complete. Okay, so I've done one for the easier side of the front side of this worksheet, and I've done one for the more difficult side on the back of the worksheet. If you need any help, feel free to reach out via Gmail.